Welcome to ACE News. Tonight we'll be covering the sudden outbreak of the disease at Overhills High School.
The name of this disease is the bubonic plague. It's also known by the name the Black Death.
Now we'll be going to one of our reporters, Efren Garcia, who will be giving more information on the outbreak.
Good evening. The Disease Control Center has already arrived to contain the disease to only the area of Overhills, and they are currently inside. Directly from an inside source, we have heard that the school is going to be quarantined for about 2 weeks until all traces of the disease are gone. Today we have with us a parent of one of the children that attends Overhills High School. Welcome, Ms. Thomas, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to ask you a few questions now about the disease and what they're doing about it.
Okay.
So the disease is the bubonic plague, right? What can you tell me about this disease?
Well, it's very rare now, and there have been very few cases in the past few years. For there to be an outbreak like this is very uncommon. It's usually transmitted through fleas to humans. However, I've heard that this is a new strain that's also airborne.
Okay, and what is the school doing to prevent further cases of the disease in the community?
They've quarantined the entire school, and no one is allowed in or out for roughly 2 weeks.
Is your son quarantined as well?
Unfortunately, yes, he is. But they're being very well taken of, and everyone who's caught the disease is being properly treated and are expected to make a full recovery.
That's wonderful news. Thank you for your time.
So today we have a student here from Overhills High School. His name is Jonathan. Pleasure to meet you, Jonathan.
Nice to meet you, Connor.
Do you mind answering a few questions for me?
Sure, Connor. Ask me anything you need to know.
Okay, so first off, what is this new disease and how did it came about?
Well, this new disease is Yersinia pestis, or commonly known as the bubonic plague. And I believe someone was brought to our school after going on an overseas vacation.
Well, I really am shocked. How much of your school is infected by this Yersinia pestis?
Well, Connor, from what I understand, about half all of the staff and students are now infected and are now showing symptoms as well.
So how do you keep these transmissions under control? Is it really contagious?
Yes, it is very contagious. This new strain of airborne bacteria that can be spread from sneezing or cough or even coughing. The school right now is under quarantine. Everyone who was exposed to the disease, even in its incubation stage, are now quarantined inside the school.
So how long is the incubation period, and how do you think the kids and teachers will react to this incubation period and quarantine?
Well, the infected will show symptoms for a couple weeks, and then they, well, I hate to say it, live or die. And
Wow.
Hopefully they'll be able to beat it.
That's really unbelievable. Well, it's really a pleasure, Jonathan. I really am shocked. This is crazy. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today we brought in Jessica Burrows, a teacher at Overhills, who happened to be homesick on the day of the outbreak. Jessica, it's nice to have you.
Thank you, Anastasia. It's nice to be here.
Now, the disease that's been introduced to the school is the Black Plague, correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
The Black Plague is also known as the bubonic plague, and it comes from the bacteria Yersinia pestis. It was very deadly in the 14th century and killed nearly 1/3 of Europe's population at the time.
How do you think it was brought to the school?
Someone who has recently been overseas was probably unknowingly bit by an infected flea and brought it back.
Interesting. How have the people who've been exposed to this disease been treated?
Everyone who has been exposed at the moment is under quarantine. The disease brought back is a new strain that's also airborne, so it's very contagious. Everyone's being held under quarantine for about 2 weeks until all traces of the disease are gone.
That's terrible. What was your reaction to this disease outbreak?
I was completely shocked because it's such a rare illness nowadays. It's unbelievable and very unfortunate that it happened to us.
Yes, it really is. Well, that's all we have for today. Thank you, Jessica.
My pleasure.